Hey guys, my name is Jeremy. I've played Super Smash Bros. Melee competitively for just about 8 years now. This February in 2022. Today I created a Melee vlog and I want to start a new series on the channel where I'm making Melee vlogs showcasing a bunch of different tournaments and really giving shout outs to the different communities that deserve it. I'm a Jigglypuff player from Arizona and I just moved here to Seattle, Washington about 7 months ago. Today we're going to be going to Domino Effect 19. It's a monthly series here at the University of Washington. At this tournament, there will be top players such as Bladewise, Aura, and Kamaster, all who are either currently on or have been on the MyOM Top 100. So there's some heavy hitters as well as some other Oregon PR and some Washington PR players. As of now, I am on the Washington Honorable Mention, so I didn't quite get PR, but for the next season, that's gonna be my goal. I've never been a power ranked and or PR player before, and I would like to be, so let's see if I can do that. And I'm very excited to show you guys what type of vlog I created and the new series I'll be doing. Please do all this normal stuff, smash like button, subscribe of course. I appreciate the support as always. Thank you so much, and let's get right into it.
Right before, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Awesome Sauce. Thank you so much for all the help you gave me on this vlog, my man. I didn't have some of the best footage as I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to go about filming the tournament, but he was able to give me such awesome input and advice for content creation. Thank you so much, and let's get started.
We just got here, warming up, playing some W's. Let's see how we're gonna do today. Oh, let's go. So we just finished hand warmers and we're going into our first set against a pretty good Fox and a pretty good Peach. Alex and I are both playing pretty decent, but we're gonna go ahead and give this a shot. So we're getting set up right now. Let's see how it goes.
For this portion of the vlog, I'm just going to be going over a little bit of what happened in doubles. Sadly, I didn't get much footage, as bear with me, I'm still a little bit new on how to record Melee events, but don't worry, we have tons of action in singles. I decided to team with one of my boys from back home in Tucson, Arizona, Yeeman, one of the day one homies. We haven't really entered a lot of tournaments together, so we wanted to give it a go. My normal static teammate and brother, Joshua Washer, was at work, so Yeeman and I wanted to give it a shot. The bracket started and we went up against Harry and Froyo, where we won 2-1. And then we continued in the winner's bracket where we went up against some of Oregon's best, Aura and Stiv. I have a little bit of the footage here and nothing too crazy. I wasn't exactly playing my best. I think Alex was definitely carrying a little bit here. I was just very afraid to finish and capitalize some of my edge guards and killing the Fox, especially when he was off stage, or just not floating above the Peach and getting rests where I really should have. So definitely something to learn on and not too bad, but we ended up losing 2-0 and we got knocked into the losers bracket. In losers, we went up against Chef Tony and Flex, where we beat them 2-0. Then we played GSP and Wolfdren and won a pretty close set, but we ended up winning 2-1, which is great. And then we ended up playing another set, which is against God's Only Son and Cat V. Sadly, we lost a game 3 last stock 2v1 situation, so it was a little bit of a ripperoonie, but that ended up wrapping up our tournament and we got out at 5th place. So we ended up getting our seed, which definitely isn't too bad, and we don't really team a lot, so we had fun. And now we were on to singles after a quick lunch break.
Pools are just starting now. Wave 2. Wave 1 ended, Alex and I, that's where we got some lunch. right after dubs, and yeah, we're about to start. I didn't look at my pool, so I have no idea who I'm going to play, but very excited, and hopefully we can make a couple of stream sets or anything like that. So yeah, pretty excited for it. Alex is about to start his pool too. We gotta wish him good luck, and that's about it. Catch you guys in a few.
Starting off with our very first set of the day, we went up against Chrono, who drove all the way out from Eastern Washington. Said he drove around 6 hours just to get here. I wasn't stoked for the Puff Ditto, but I was very excited to play someone who I've never heard of, so it was very cool to go up against someone from so far away at just a normal monthly tournament here. The set started off pretty well. He ended up missing a rest and we capitalized on it, and then from then on I kind of was just able to maintain a lead the entire set. Nothing too crazy to go over. It's just your typical Puff Ditto. You got to do what you got to do sometimes and make a wall of those back airs, and hopefully you can just win them. Other than that, we won this set 2-0 and we're on to our next. Don't forget, as soon as your set is over, always report it to the tournament organizer as soon as possible so things can always go faster and smoother. My very next set, they called up
Man Ray, can you report to the TO desk, please? Man Ray.
Man Ray heads over to the TO desk, and we decided to go play on the recording setup since there was no stream, sadly, because the person running it had COVID. So we get sat down and we go straight into the set. It starts off strong right over here where I get a nice rest and I'm able to hold the lead just for a little bit, but a lot of the time he was kind of just outspacing me or just out hitting me since Ganon is so strong. I wasn't capitalizing super well on a lot of the time where he was trying to make it back onto ledge. Right there I missed a rest, sadly. But yeah, overall he was playing pretty well in my opinion, and I had a couple of unfortunate missed rests, or I just wasn't really able to kill him because Ganon is just so heavy. I wasn't super ready for the matchup as I thought I would be. I really didn't think I'd be playing a Ganon, and I was kind of shaken up after losing the first game after having a pretty nice lead, but it is what it is. I don't think I played super great. I think he was playing a lot better than me, and I was pretty shaken up by game 2 after losing game 1, so we're now going to be moving on into the losers bracket where we can try to see what kind of run we can pull out. With only about a minute to rest, we went straight into our next set. This time we're up against a green falcon with his tag being Rat, and I haven't heard of this player either, but I was pretty excited to be playing on the recording setup since I knew the quality would be pretty good, and we started off pretty strong with a 3-stock here in game 1, so I did relatively well. I think he might have been a relatively new player as I was kind of just able to do a lot of pretty simple rest setups, or I was able to kind of just get around his shield pretty easily. So I was able to win 2-0 there, and we're going to continue in the losers bracket.
Just like that, we are in the losers bracket. My first match was against the Puff. I forget tags out here. It's hard to kind of remember a lot of people. So I played him 2-0. Wasn't too bad there, and then I had to go up against Man Ray, and that was on stream, so I get to showcase a little bit of that set. Wasn't that bad, and now we're in the losers bracket already where I went up against Rat, who's a pretty good falcon. I've never heard or seen him before, so played him 2-0, and now we're going to continue. So let's see what we got here. Gonna keep y'all updated. Gonna go check on Alex's bracket. It's always fun to check on the homies, see if he can progress in the bracket through winners, because I'm in losers, and now my goal, I guess, is just to make top 16. So let's see what we can do.
We sit down and we have to play one of the box players. His tag is Shopu. He is a very good fox. I've heard his tag before. Very technical guy being on the box, and we have a super intense close set here. Going back and forth from the very beginning, as you guys can see, we're trading hits, trading stocks. It's going nothing but back and forth. This very first game came down to the wire, and what happened here was he got a nice trade and he ended up taking game 1. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit frazzled with his movement as he was doing a lot of stuff super perfect since he was on the box, and it was a lot easier for him. But I wasn't gonna give up quite yet, as I'm not super keen against foxes on the box, as I can't really handle their pressure a lot, so it's something I just have to get better at, but I still was able to hold up a fight here. Half the battle here is being able to stay calm and play well. Sets like these don't come too often, but here we go. I get a clutch rest and I bring it all the way down to game 2, last stock, where I do an unsafe up smash and he gets the grab. With my heart pumping and knowing the tournament is just going to be over for me. It's crazy smash dad that saves my tournament life, and we're still alive barely. Oh my god, I still can't believe I'm in this. All right, we're going to game 3. Game 3 is no different than the rest of the other 2, and it starts very similar, and we are just going at it constantly. Back and forth, stocks are being traded, and I take a nice lead here. However, I can't hold on to it for very long. We get into some more close quarters, and I go for the rest, and sadly, I barely miss it, and he takes another lead here. Now with it being 2-1, I barely claw it back, and here we go, last stock. I end up getting a crazy read, and I finish the set. I couldn't believe it. My heart was pounding. It was another really close game, and we barely take it over Shopu 2-1. GG's, man. It was a ton of fun. Holy smokes. Yee-Man just recorded my set, and that was a really good Fox. He was playing on one of the newer controllers, the box controller, and his frame one. His movement was insane. He had really good composure. Dude was tough. I barely beat him with that last second rest. Whew, my heart was pounding. It's still pounding a little bit. We took a step outside. I gotta play, I think, Spiritgun next. He's on the PR here in Washington, power rank players. Yeah, so that'll be, I'll have my 3 sets on stream at least, so that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna play him on stream. I'm excited for it, and hopefully we can do better than the last couple times I played him. So we'll see what happens. Spiritgun, one of the Arizona homies who also ended up moving here not too long ago. I think he's originally from here. Dude is super cool. He's hosted tournaments before, so shout outs to him. He's been nothing but super awesome ever since coming out to Seattle about 6 months ago. We've had a couple of close sets in recent time. However, I was having a little bit of controller issues, and now that I finally got my new one, I was super excited to test it out. We had a very close set here, and nothing but some back and forth stuff. And with that, I was able to take game 1 pretty handedly. Game 2, he decides to clean it up a lot, played very campy with needles, and he was doing nothing but making the approach. Especially when he had a lead, he was doing a great job at it, but I had to stick to my plan and try to stay under him. And I even missed a rest right there, looking for an easy way to tie up this game. He takes the lead again, but I was able to get him off stage and back on for a nice rest to tie it up. Being nervous and wanting the set to end, I just kept fishing for a lot of up airs, and then... What? I don't know how that rest hit, but let's take a look. So here I am making a wall of back airs, and I go in for the forward air, which leads to this up air right here. We're going to go frame by frame. He flies up to the platform, and when he does the bounce is when I'm looking to go for the rest, but then he slides off, and then I'm able to get the rest. So he could have done any sort of aerial or could have jumped immediately, and he wouldn't have gotten hit, and the game would have continued. Okay, just had a sweaty set with Spiritgun. We beat him 2-0. It was a very close set. He was playing as patient as ever. And I think his patience was just giving out a little bit, and he kind of just wanted to end it right then and there. So getting that first game was huge. And then that second game, when that rest hit, I don't know what happened. It looked like he slid off the side of the stage, or I don't know what happened, but we won it. And we're continuing on in the bracket. I don't know if that was for top 16. I got to go double check. So still alive. Still doing pretty good. So glad to at least have one win here against Spiritgun. He's number 5 right now on Washington PR. So glad to beat someone above me today, even though I lost against Man Ray and I felt like I could have done a lot better. So let's see what we can do. Right after that last clip, I walked inside to see Alex playing some tournament, and I didn't know what game this was, but it was super close, super intense. I'm glad I was able to catch this, but he's out of the tournament with that fist bump. Come to find out, we made top 16. That's a great sign after beating Spiritgun, and now I'm just waiting, and I think I'm gonna be playing on the stream recording setup. So yeah, top 16, we're about to start that. We didn't get on the recording setup, but thank God for my boy Alex for being able to record this next set for me. My first set of top 16 is gonna be a best of 5, and I'm playing up against Graves, who I believe is the best player from Bellingham, so it was about 2 hours north. All I know is that he's a pretty good Falco, and I was excited about this because it's one of my better matchups. Starting off strong, and what? Let's slow it down and see what happens. He lasers, turn around up tilt, the Shine Phantoms, I immediately up air, and I hit it with the rest. I couldn't believe it. With that rest, it definitely brings us to a small lead, and I would have been able to get an even bigger one, but for some reason, my up air rests today were just not really hitting very well. We're able to make up for it for that roll-in rest, and we're just able to clutch it out, as I guess I just took his jump right there. So we take game 1, and game 2 is going just about the same, where I'm maintaining a slight lead almost the entire time. He was definitely keeping up with me really well, but I felt super confident in the matchup and confident in my play overall for the day. He decided to take me to Yoshi's for this game, which I'm pretty comfortable on. I don't have a ton of tournament experience on, but I just really like the small space. I know it's not really great for my character, but as a player, I feel like I can just see everything a lot better. Graves is definitely keeping a real good lead on me this game, but here we go. I'm able to inch it back to 2-2. I get a nice rest here to get him to last stock. He gets me to last stock, and then I'm able to take him right off stage, and I took his jump, and that's the end of the set right there. Always got to give him the fist bump and the GGs, and of course, a thumbs up to the cameraman. Okay, just played Graves, good player from Bellingham here in Washington. It was a close 3-0. All games were super close for sure, but doing really well. I think I have 9th place locked up out of like 85, 75, something like that, so I feel like I'm playing really well. Alex has just been watching, chilling along, so shout outs to my boy E-Man for hanging out and getting some footage for me. This is cool. I feel like I'm still playing well. I just want to keep it up, and I don't know who I play next, so let's see. So see inside. All right, it's a little loud in here. Sorry about that, but I'm about to play either Stiv or Cawmaster. Play the loser of that set. Stiv, very good fox, I think from Oregon, or Cawmaster, top 100, or used to be top 100 player, I'm not sure, who plays Luigi and Captain Falcon. So I don't know how it's gonna go, but if I win, I make top 8. Super excited to play either one of them to have the chance. This would be my best placing at a monthly if I can make top 8. I think I've gotten 9th before, but I don't quite remember. Top 8 would be sick, so let's see if I can do it. Stiv ended up losing to Cawmaster, so I had to play him to make top 8. We start off real explosive by getting a nice rest read and taking a sweet lead. We do get a little bit greedy right here with a side B, and he's able to get a nice cheese to tie it up. Stiv was definitely the tightest and best opponent I went up against this entire day. He is playing on the box, officially one of the newer controllers, and his fox was on another level in comparison to the other players I had played today. He was playing super well, had awesome aerial drift, and was just relatively tight, laser heavy, and doing what a fox really needs to be doing against a puff. I just know I had to stick to what I knew best and try to fit my moves in between his to try to get in some good rests, a little bit of cheese myself, or wait until he gets antsy and tries to kill me. So I have a nice 3-1 lead here, and he was able to hit a sweet combo to almost tie it up. My heart sank when that up air hit. Gets a kill here, and I try to just close it out to the best of my ability. It comes down to the wire here, and he gets a nice back air and clutches it out on me. We're going to game 3, and we're still not on the board. Game 3 starts, and it seems like it's just about the same where I have a small lead or he has a small lead, but I was able to take the first stock and hold on to this second one for just a little bit, but I wasn't giving up yet. He sadly SDs, I guess sadly for him, but great for me. I was able to take a nice lead right there. And what happened there was insane. He up smashed my shield. It shield poke and phantom, and I just rested him out of it. We played relatively well here, and we close it out, getting on the board. It's now 2-1. Game 4, he takes me to Final Destination, probably the hardest stage in this matchup, where Fox can just run away and laser like crazy. But we were actually doing really well here. I took a sweet lead with the jab reset rest and got another rest immediately after, and it was 3 stocks to 1. At this point, I told myself in the set, we're going to game 5. I have this in the bag, but he stuck to his guns. He played really well and campy and just was not approaching. I felt like I couldn't get a hit on him. He was really able to bring it all the way back, but can I get a hit? But he takes it 3-1. He's a good fox, definitely beatable, and I can't wait to play him next time. But that ends my run at Domino Effect 19. Damn. We're out. Out at 9th place, not a bad run. Went up against Stiv, super solid fox, plays on the box, so his movement is just like insane. I got E-Man in the back, taking us home. I think he had a little bit of a busted tournament. He
Busted out, dude.
Yeah, Alex busted out, which is all right. Other than that, I think overall I had a pretty good run. Lost to Man Ray and Stiv, both beatable players. I just need to spruce up on those matchups. I'm not upset about it. 9th I'll take, pretty good, especially beating someone over me on the PR. I'll take it because I can just continue to move up. So it was a good tournament, and please let me know if you guys want to see more stuff like this. So please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time.